Since the beginning, gaming has always been about who is the best. It started with Pong, where two players battled. Then with the birth of early consoles, the competition continued. In the arcades of the 80s, players played many different types of games, striving to be the best and get their name on the high score list on as many games as possible. The players whose name was on the most games was considered the top gamer. In this new series, we will have 6 players competing in 3 different games per episode. The player who finishes first in a game gets 6 points. The person who comes in last gets 1. After the 3 games are over, one player with the most points will move on. The rest go home. Every week we will bring in 6 new players. After 6 weeks we will have our 6 winners, who will compete to see who is the best. Welcome to the Arcade Beast. Alright, so let's recap. After round 1, which was Rocket League, Hodge is at 6, Danny's at 5 points, Retro 4, George 3, Little Pie 2, Matt 1, and now we're going to get ready for Speedrunners. Players were randomly paired into groups of 3. The first group will be Little Pie, Hodge, and Retro. The second group will be Matt, George, and Danny. Now, because Speedrunners does not have a spectate mode, I will be playing as the 4th player, but I will not run, so I will immediately be kicked from the game, and the screen size will start to shrink in the game, complicating things further for the players. Bye, everybody! Alright, Little Pie very aggressive out in the lead here. She dodged the hook. Little Pie gets the first point. She needs to do 2 more. Little Pie showing some strength here in Speedrunners. Hodge out. Little Pie's still pushing the lead. Definitely seeing some lagginess here. Nice dodge by Retro. Or Little Pie, I'm sorry. There you have it. Little Pie sweeps it. Dominant performance. Alright, let's see how this goes. Hey, Harry. Alright, right now Matt is our yellow player. Danny is the scout. George is struggling behind. George is out. No, George hung in, but I don't think he's going to be able to stay in the game here. Yeah, George out. Alright, so Danny and Matt. Looks like this is a better game for Matt than Rocket League. Danny missed his swing there. Hit a couple barrels. We're doing this one very aggressive. You only get 1 map and win it and you move on. Matt had a nice hook there, but then the barrels caught him. Danny does a nice drop on a box there. Got the freeze ray, but he wasn't able to make contact. Matt gets the first win. Yep, I am froze. Okay, that was weird. All of them have hooks. Danny used it very effectively to get back in the second place here. Danny's going to be pushed down to the front. Nice swing there. If he can do a good move here. George is out. So now it's Danny and Matt again. No hook for Danny. That would have been a great opportunity for it. Bomb and blocks. Oh, Matt had a good opportunity there. Danny got the boost, though. A little bit of an extra jump. Matt seemed to struggle there. Danny could capitalize here. If he hits the boost, he hits it. There it is. 1 point for Danny. There is no spectate feature in this game, so my player just sits still. Matt struggling, knocked out. Now it's basically George and Danny. Danny could go up 2-0 on George. Matt has 1 win, though, so Matt not out of it. But this would give Danny 1 point away from winning if he can beat George here. He's got the hook. Didn't get dodged by George.
No!
George froze there.
Hit taunt instead of C.
1 win for Danny here, and it's over. Danny very aggressive here. Danny wants that. Ooh, the explosion didn't seem to have much effect. Matt lagging very badly. Nice barrel, but meteor barrel, whatever you want to call it, but dodged well by Matt. Oh, it's a great hook by Danny. So Little Pie and Danny move on to the finals for Speedrunners, but we have one more slot. So Hodge, Retro, Matt, and George are going to compete to see who gets to be in that last third coveted spot to battle against Little Pie and Danny. Now Retro will go against Hodge in our first round. Matt will go against George. Then the winners of those will then battle to see who goes into the finals versus Little Pie and Danny. Matt already out to a strong lead. George tried to do a hook there, but that was not a good spot for the hook. Oh, that was a beautiful, beautiful ice, but he couldn't capitalize on it. Matt wins this. Matt will be moving on, and George will be out. Oh, that's it right there. Little taunting going on here.
Should I just send you a mystery, George?
Ooh, Matt letting George come back. Wow.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
That could be enough to give George a not have last place. Nice dodge by George. Rocket, no effect. George going back for the boost. I think George might have actually negated that hook. Both players get the boost. George has got the hook. He uses it. That's a good hook.
If I lose because of this, George, out of kindness.
George now 2, Matt at 2. Whoever wins this moves on. Will it cost Matt? Matt let George come back into a game that George should have lost. That's it, though. Hodge gets the hook on Retro. Retro got stuck. There's a point for Hodge.
What? Hodge won one.
Little Pie talking smack still. Little Pie talks smack at the bottom or the top of the pack. Retro is going to get a point here, possibly. There we have it.
I messed up so bad.
That wasn't smack, I'm just amazed, because when I was playing with Hodge, he was just not doing so great.
Hodge pushing out in front now. The boost should do it for him. Nice comeback there by Retro. She's basically brought it back even again. Now she's pushing out. Neither player has any weapon right now to use. Hodge made a mistake. Retro wins this. She moves on. Hodge will get last place. If Hodge wins, then no matter who loses, we'll have to have a battle off with Mr. George. So Hodge needs to win this one very badly. He needs to win 2 in a row. Retro got caught on the blocks. She went back for the boost that could cost her, but Hodge hit himself. That might do it. I thought Retro was going to hook there or swing and get a big lead. There it is.
GG.
All right, so Matt and Retro get a chance now to battle to see who will go against Little Pie and Danny in the finals. I like this map. It's an interesting map. The loser of this is basically going to be 4th place. Matt got caught by the hooks there. Dodged the barrel. Very well done. The boulder. Matt has the hook. Retro does not have anything right now. Ooh, Retro is almost out. There it is. Matt had a nice chance there to get the point, but he missed it. Nice by Retro.
I jumped.
This is a very tight match here. Explosion was almost too much. That'd have been a great chance for a hook there over the air or the spikes is a great opportunity to hook and then trap the person. Matt now out in the lead. 2-1. Mod, you're going to have to let me know. George is our 5th place, right? Am I off target with that? Loser of this is 4th. Retro has to win the next 2. Both of them have hooks. Retro used it, but it didn't do anything for her. Matt saved his. That could cost her. She almost did the freeze ray. Another freeze ray. Oh, she got it at the last second.
Dutch.
Whoever wins this moves on to the finals. Matt still has that hook. Another freeze ray. Nicely done there with the freeze. Is going to allow her to catch back up. Not sure it's behind here, though. This could cost her. Nice stop with the radar-y thing. I don't know what that thing's called, but it's good. Hook. Perfect chance for a hook. This could be the win. There it is.
Well done.
So with that win by Retro, she's now going to move on to the finals to go against Little Pie and Danny to determine who are our top 3 finishers. Alright, Little Pie was out to an early lead, but Danny now out in the lead. This is a good place to get some speed. Danny did not hit the speed well in the bottom corner there. Little Pie now pushing to the lead. Retro already out. Little Pie making a strong move here. Danny hooked, but I think the barrels caught him. Little Pie perfectly did that. Scores a point. Now the negative for us is if Little Pie sweeps this, then we would have to have a battle off between Danny and Retro for second. But if one of them can win at least a round, this will give him a chance. Retro hanging in barely. Little Pie seems to be a lagging machine. Retro thought she was going to get the boost. Looks like we might be seeing the Retro Danny battle here. That was a sweep. Little Pie, your champion. This will determine second and third place. Danny gets the early first point. Retro has a chance here. Danny, I didn't think Danny was going to be able to come back from that. He's barely hanging on here. This is the battle for second. Danny now in the lead. Much more even game here. This game than Rocket League. Rocket League people were all over the map. Danny at 2. Mods who want to help with CSGO, I think we can have you guys as spectators. A couple of them. Biggest thing is going to be keeping track of kill points. You know, round wins. It's going to be a nightmare to track, so stream will be able to help watch. I don't know a lot about CSGO, so setting it up for this was a lot of pain. Hopefully I'll figure more out for the next time we use CSGO. All Danny has to do is win one. Retro needs 3 in a row. To win this, you don't have to be to win the whole thing. You don't have to be the best at every game. You just need to be really good so you score decently. Having a top win and then a bottom win could hurt you. Screen is so small right now. Danny's got it. There it is. All right, so Little Pie is your champion. Danny second, Retro third. Let's go ahead and look at the scoreboard now, and we see that Danny in the lead with 10 points. That's 2 second-place finishes in the first and second round, which get him 5 points. Retro, Little Pie right behind at 8. That strong showing in Speedrunners gives Little Pie a jump there to be tied for second. Hodge, who went from first in round 1 to worst in round 2, he's still in it with 7 points. George hanging in there at 5, but let's be honest, not looking good for Matt. In our next episode, we hit the finals of this, and we see how the players compete in CSGO. See you in the next video.